hmm I'm ready to talk if you guys are ready to talk about this year and the things that we've been plagued with, the high occult magic that they've used on us, and how we need to recollaborate, readjust ourselves. Not ourselves, but ourselves too, but ourselves. Where we're going, the direction. Coming out of fear and moving more into love, something that's more heart centered, heartfelt. Hi, Chaos. Namaste, beautiful. I'm on here and I'm going to be pulling some tarot. And this was something that was requested from Divine Film. What's next? So, before we know what's next, we need to know where we have been. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for the energy of, let me see if I can position this so I'm comfortable. Baby! Oh my God, baby! Hi, baby! Oh, of course I'm gonna say hi to you. Oh my God, I would not leave you out. Baby, you surprised me. You know what, Tolu? I'm just gonna say you're full of surprises. This is your first time joining my live. And you got me all giddy and feeling like a little kid, like a little girl. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull the card for the year for 2020. What represents the year for us? Oh shit. Okay, so we have the Prince of Cups. This is about learning. This was a learning experience. Ayala, I'm live. This was a learning experience for all of us. Don't you think so? Look at that. The Page of Cup is always willing to give something. What are you willing to give? Okay. A lot of us have been forced to be fearful with wearing a mask. If you look up quarantine, and I want you to do this just for the sake of your education, quarantine is for sick people. Now, it is a psychosis, and I'm telling you this as a naturopathic doctor, for the sick and the well to be quarantined together. Quarantine is only for the sick, but yet and still, the world as a whole is on quarantine. So, this is an agenda, and we need to take advantage of the energy of the full moon. It is in Cancer, and it has 4 moons, 4 lunations right now. If you're not taking advantage of this energy, it's a shame. Because one thing that we have had done on us is the censorship of our feelings and our emotions. They've been suppressed. I had an experience today and I thought it was quite funny at work. My mask has holes in it so I can fucking breathe, right? So one of the ladies said, Dr. Tyen, do you realize that you have holes around your mask, all throughout your mask? And, that's really putting people at risk. I said, at risk for what? I'm not asthmatic. I'm not sick with COVID. So how in the hell am I putting someone else at risk? I said, it's not my responsibility for you to keep your immune system up. That is your responsibility. And what COVID has taught us is to rely more on God than to rely on man. Man has robbed us of our freedoms. They have shoved us in our houses. And they have promoted the fear agenda. And everyone is drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. If anything that 2020 should have taught you is to come out of fear and to not suppress your emotions. 2021 is not going to be any different than 2020, you guys. I hate to be the barrier of bad news, but until we come together collectively and come out of this fear mode, we're going to continue to have this high occult magic done on us. There's strength in numbers, and the whole purpose of why the powers of be are doing what they're doing is because they know it works. They know it works, and they use magic against us. So It is your job to step into your light, to step into your power, and not fall for the okie doke, right? So let's see what are some of the lessons for 2020. Before we go into 2021 and what's next, we need to really reflect and have introspection and retrospection of what we've been through and what we've gone through. Because if we don't learn the lessons, it tends to repeat, right? So, in order for us not to have the same vicious cycle in 2021, let's go ahead and see some of the lessons that we've learned in 2020. And I'm going to pull a couple more cards. One second. I got my phone on a charger, you guys. So, that's the reason why. I should put my glasses on because damn, I can't see. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my God. So check this out. A lot of people that was depending on the government no longer depends on the government. A lot of people that were depending on a 9 to 5 job are no, this is about resources, you guys. The Queen of Pentacles is about resources. When it's in an upright position, we all know that the Queen of Pentacles is the rich woman, right? Well, a lot of us have been challenged because what we thought was security, like with our jobs, many of us had either had job reduction or we moved to working out of our home, or we may have lost our job and now we're, receiving unemployment, or maybe we are working part time. But our finances have been affected, many of us worldwide, not just here in America, but across the whole world. Many people have had loss of income. Restaurants have been forced to shut down. Small businesses have been forced to shut down. If you notice, it is the small businesses, the small business owners that have went out of business. Now there has been some, big companies that have went out, but I'm talking about like the large I can't even talk, conglomerate companies and Fortune 5 companies. If you still look around, they're here, right? Why the rich is still getting rich, the poor is still getting poor, and the reason why is because of our mentality. I can't see you guys' comments. Sorry. I'm coming. I love you too, baby. I love you so much. Yes, it oh baby, that's exactly the whole point that I'm getting to. You kind of jumped the gun before me. We definitely need to rely more on source for our resources than to rely on man, because man just showed you that you can't rely on them. And the powers that be that are running the world have just showed you that they're fucking psychotic. This is psychosis for us to wear masks, for those that are even healthy to wear masks. And the whole point that I was going with the story that I was sharing with you about what happened to me earlier, I had just got my COVID test yesterday and it was negative. So people are like really wigging out and really being very over cautious for no reason, because reports have shown time immemorial that even those that are asymptomatic, for you to get COVID, it's about a 10% chance, if even that. They lied. They said at first that it was 80%, right? Because they like to do that. False news, false media. They like to hype shit because they feel that, there's power in having fear in the people. In order for them to dominate you, they have to make you docile. It's kind of like fattening the cow for the kill, right? So they have to promote this fear in you so you won't live your life. Okay, so going into 2021, you guys, this is more about coming out of fear. Akasha. Hey guys, hope y'all good. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. Welcome, Akasha. Anyhow, this is the agenda. This is the whole intent and purpose. It's so they can remove you from the source, disconnect you from God. If we haven't learned anything in 2021, can we learn that God is the end all that be all? And at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, we couldn't depend on no one but God. We couldn't depend on anyone but God. God is what brought us through up until this point. And for many of you that have lost your income, you didn't know where your next bread and butter was going to come from. You didn't even know if you were going to even be able to buy toilet paper. Not because of the lack thereof, because people went crazy with the fucking spell to buy all the toilet paper to make, all these stocks go up for the shareholders. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, it worked. But remember, God pulled you through it. At the end of the day, when it was all said and done, when you only had one person to rely on and one person only, and that was God, you got through it. Yes, rely more on source and not man. Man will fail you, but source never fails. That is so true, baby. I love it. So let's go ahead and get into what we need to do for as the energy and how we need to use it in 2021. This is what's next. Damn. We got the Hierophant, you guys. This is about being loyal to yourself. The Hierophant is all about loyalty. Are you being loyal to yourself by staying shoved in the house? Are you being loyal by social distancing, even with your family? You know what? I seen people for Christmas in family gatherings with fucking masks on. What was the whole point of gathering if you're going to wear your mask? I mean, it's like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. I'm over my family's house, but I have to treat my family as if they're strangers and as if they're going to affect me with some fucking disease that really is minimum for me to catch. But out of fear, I'm going to make sure that I put my mask on because you know what? I drank the Kool-Aid and I'm going with the status quo. No, you cannot do this in 2021. You have to be loyal to yourself. You have to live your life. Today on the radio, I heard them say, if you were to have a chance to do something that you was going to risk it all for, like even risk getting COVID for, what would you do? So one of the guys on the radio said, I would go to the amusement park and I will not wear a mask and I will risk it all just for the sake of having an opportunity. Look, whether you die from COVID or whether you just die for not having that human connection, because you can definitely die from that. You can die from stress, you guys. And this is exactly what they're doing. They want us to be stressed because that lowers the immune system, that suppresses your immunity, and eventually you will die because you're not living your life. So I really thought that that was a positive way of looking at it. And then the lady was like, I'm not going to get COVID. I'm not going to catch COVID. I ain't risking nothing. Whether you feel like you're not risking anything, you are risking. The fact that you feel that COVID will take you out, you're risking your happiness. You're risking your joy. Hi, Aldina. Thank you, Chaos. Chaos, if you have my link for my donation button, can you put it here? If you don't have it, that's fine. Any of you at any time are welcome to donate. You don't have to, but like, subscribe. That is part of spreading good karma as well. And I surely appreciate you. All right, so let's get back into another lesson. So we already got one lesson down. Oh my God, look, the Three of Cups. Don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to live your personal life. You guys, regardless of what is going on in the world, we have to still live our personal lives. This thing called life is still happening regardless if COVID is here or not. And many of us have not lived our personal lives. We have been affected by what is going on in the world. Here it is. I'm at dinner tonight by my damn self, enjoying my meal. And honestly, it got rudely interrupted, and I really couldn't eat anymore. When this lady was talking about a mask that she seen another lady had, and she wanted to buy this mask because this mask had a filter in it, and that was the topic of discussion. And I'm just saying to myself, why would you have this as a topic of discussion when you're eating and you're enjoying your life, and then now you're coming back to how this mask is so unique and how you want to buy this mask? This is just how insane we are living in, an insane world right now. This is just how insane this whole thing has just taken over. I think even if you get it and you're strong enough to handle it on your own without help, I think I had it right before it hit the news. My chest hurt. and I slept for 2 days. I know a lot of people that have gotten COVID and have gotten over it. Um, yes, that one's fine, chaos. That link is fine. That's an old link, but it still does the same thing. Thank you so much. Shout out to my moderator, chaos. Thank you guys. You always come on right on time, and I appreciate you. Okay, Aldina said that link is not working. Okay, so chaos, can you do me a favor? Can you go to one of my previous videos and can you copy the donate link from my PayPal? I really appreciate you. So yes, the lesson, you guys, is for us to celebrate life. We know that the Three of Cups is about coming together. Listen, these are jewels that I'm dropping for free for you guys. I am channeling this information. So the Three of Cups is not to forget to celebrate your life and coming together. The very opposite of what they're telling us not to do. They're telling us to do social distancing, but what is Source telling you to do? Source is telling you to come together and to celebrate. Because when we come together and we celebrate, guess what happens? The heart chakra is activated, right? Because we're in the vibration and the being of love when we come together and when we celebrate, right? So we are to do the opposite of what the fuck they're telling us not to do. Remember, never listen to the news. If they're telling you to do something, do the complete opposite. That is the lesson in 2021. That's the second lesson. Let's get to the third lesson, you guys. Oh, wow. The world. Look at this. The world. The third lesson is to learn the freaking lessons. Isn't that dope? The third lesson is to learn the freaking lessons in 2020. What has 2020 taught you? Uh, thank you, Chaos. What has 2020 taught you? I know 2020 taught me that no force outside of me controls me. That's what 2020. That's still the same link, chaos. There's one that is a new one that I've been using, and it's on all of my last videos. It's donate in there. It has the word donate in there, and that's the link that I use. So 2020 is about grabbing the lessons. The lessons is to honor source, honor your connection with God, shining your light, coming out of the fear that has been overshadowed by the whole world. It's like a dark cloud follows all of us when it comes to this COVID. And really, honestly, it is a psychosis for the powers that be to sit up there and project this shit on the whole world. It is all a part of the agenda. And as a light worker, oh, okay, honey. All right. Mm. And see, I can't write. I cannot write while I'm in this chat while I'm on my cell phone. No worries. It's all good. Aldina, if you want to donate, you can go to one of my old videos and click on the donate button. If that's okay with you, honey. So anyway, you guys, um, where was my chain of thought? It was about us celebrating. It was about us learning all the lessons. That was the third lesson, is to learn a lesson. I like how Spirit does that. I like how Spirit does things in threes. Have you noticed that things normally are done in threes? When someone is giving birth to a baby, you'll find two other pregnant women too. And then also, I noticed that there's usually three deaths around people that are giving birth to babies. I know every time I got pregnant, there was always three people that died, whether I known them personally or I knew of them. So things tend to happen in the spiritual realm in threes. Well, thank you for trying anyway, love. I appreciate you, Chaos. I don't remember it by heart, but it's all good. Yes, 2020 was the reset button. That's another thing with the world, right? What goes around comes back around. So thank you for chiming in and dropping that jewel too, Eldina. Yes, 2020 was the reset button. We had to all reset in order for us to come all back to source. All right. So let's see what we have to look forward to in 2021. What's next? Oh, shit. There's more to come. So there's going to be more betrayal from the government. You see this? This is the Ten of Swords. There's going to be more betrayal from the government. They're going to stab us in the back. They're going to, fatten us up for the kill. I already told you guys that. That's what they did in 2020. They're going to move into 2021 with the same agenda. They're going to stab us all in the back. We're going to feel all betrayed, just like we do now, right? With them closing down the borders, with them closing down the restaurants, etc. They're still going to be in their BS. But we are prepared, right? Because we are forewarned. And if we're forewarned, that helps us to be forearmed. Thank you, love. I appreciate you, Aldina. So, what else do we have to look forward to on a personal level? So, we're going to have to juggle between spirituality and physicality. So, we're going to have to juggle the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Aren't we not doing that right now? Aren't we still trying to stay in our highest vibrations no matter what is happening around us? We're still going to be moving into 2021, you guys, with the same energy. I hate to be the barrier of bad news. I wish that I could promise you that there was going to be something different, but I would be remiss to do so, and I'm not a liar. 2021 is going to bring about the same disappointments as 2020, but here's the thing. You are to be self contained. You are to be connected to source. Source is the end all, the be all. We have to rely 100% on source, you guys. That is the whole purpose of why COVID came. COVID came to teach us independency on source, on God, not man. All right, so I'm going to pull the last card and then I'm going to get some rest. Okay. Do your magic. They done magic on you. Now it's time for you to fight back and do magic. For those of you that are still in fear of doing rituals and being afraid to light an incense or light a candle, it's going to be very difficult for you in 2021. Because magic, you got to fight fire with fire, baby. They put occult magic on you. You have to fight back with occult magic. Just like I did during the COVID, during the quarantine, the borders were locked, they were shut down. I had to do magic to open the fucking borders up so I could travel, so I could get married, so I can continue with my life. Right? They don't expect that from you. They don't expect for you to fight back. They want you to be docile like a lamb. They want you to be sheep. Okay? In the occult, we call you sheeple because you go about everything. You go with the rules. No, we are light workers. We didn't come here to go with rules. We came here to break the damn rules. Just like Jesus Christ said that he did not come to save the world, but he came to break up the works of the devil. That's in the Bible. When you go against the government and you don't do what they say, you do completely the opposite, that's breaking up the works of the devil. That's going against the grain. Most people that I know that are connected to source and that are light workers and that are star seeds and indigos and crystals, and we can continue to keep going on with different types of alien races that we are as humans. We are here to raise the consciousness of humanity, and we cannot do that going status quo. We can't do that going along with the okie doke and doing everything that everyone else is doing. Yes, I wear a mask, but my mask has holes in it. I'm a rebel. I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to breathe properly, and I'm not going to allow myself to be conditioned, and I'm not going to conform to society's standards, because guess what? That does not help me to evolve. That doesn't help you to evolve neither. And they don't want you to evolve. As a matter of fact, they want you to decline in your spirituality. Okay? I met so many people that have awakened during COVID that are doing meditation who have never meditated a day in life. Meditation is a necessity. When you go to that 0 point, You connect back with the source. Prayer is a form of meditation. You don't have to sit up here and close your eyes and sing kumbaya in order to connect with source. The very fact that you are in a prayer puts you in data state. And when you're in data, you are connected with daddy, with mommy, which is mother, father, God, right? So that is why, as Eldina has said, the reset button has been pressed because we have had no choice for most of us but to connect back to the source, to go back to God and to have God to redirect our steps because a lot of us this year has been a complete anomaly. And with that being said, it has been a mental mind fuck for many of us. Okay, what we thought was normal is now not normal, and we're being told that this agenda is the new normal, and it's not. It's not my new normal. It's not your new normal. But yet, and still, that is what we are being told. All right. So we already know that we have to step into our power. The last card that I pulled was the Alchemist. I am the Alchemist. You are the Alchemist. We all, every last one of us that is here, we are all alchemists. We are the ones that shape and mold our life. We're not giving our power away to an outside force just because they're hiding under the guise of government, which are really aliens, really, dark forces that are ruling us. No, we have the light. That is our power. That is our superpower. And so we need to make sure that thank you so much. Aldina, can you post the link that worked for you, honey? And thank you for that donation. I appreciate you. Yeah, Aldina, I do see it cycling for another 3 years too. So a total of four. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is based off of astrology. Now, I am not an astrologer. I am not going to lie to you, but I do know enough to make that prediction. Okay. And ever since I've used astrology coupled with tarot, it has made my readings like even more solid. So yes, based off of the astrology of everything, we're going to be cycling for the next 3 years with this BS with the government. That is very true. That is the reason why I was prompted early this morning after I spoke to my husband. I was going to go back to sleep, but something was like, no, Tyann, you need to get this message out. And you need to get this message out right now. Okay, for many, so they can know what's really happening, because I don't want you to go into 2021 thinking that, you're going to get your hopes up high if you think that it's going to be any different than 2020. It's not. They're going to carry out the same agenda. They're going to continue with the BS, but you have to rise above it. You have to be in your personal power. You also have to be an alchemist. Namaste, nature girl, Danielle. So that's it, you guys. For the most part, you have to take advantage of this new moon that is in Cancer, or the full moon, excuse me, I stand corrected by my angels. The full moon that is in Cancer. I mean, for God's sake, 4 moons. Can you imagine the power of your rituals right now? I did some rituals last night, and I made sure that I did some personal rituals for myself because, even though the full moons are about releasing, you have to release in order for you to gain. You have to lose in order for you to gain. So as you're releasing, also make sure that you are bringing things in too, because there's nothing wrong as long as you release all the old paradigms that no longer serve us, which we were, I want to say, kind of imposed on this year. If we release the old, that opens up for us to bring in the new. Always remember that at a full moon, if you want to bring in things, make sure that you release first. Okay? And then after you release, then you can do the rituals to bring things in. Because I was told wrong at one point in time. I was told never to bring in things on a full moon because you have to release things, and the full moon is about releasing. Well, but since I am lunar and I'm a divine feminine, I it's about duality, you guys. We have both polarities: the light, the dark, receiving and giving, releasing and receiving. So why can't I do that? Why can't you do that? I'm telling you that you can. All right. I manifest a lot with full moons, and so does the government. They use the full moon, they use the new moon, they use every moon. in order for them to, carry out their agendas, and they are successful at doing it. So why can't I be? Why can't I just tap into the same energy? It's all yes, thank you for bringing that up, the shaman. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. That is so true about the four cycles with Kali. Yes, and Kali is all about death and destruction. Okay, so that's about getting rid of that old paradigm, that old mindset. Okay, that we have to listen to government, we have to do what they say. No, not necessarily. Like I told you, I'm just a rebel at heart. I was born a rebel. I always kind of usurped authority, and it always worked out for my better good, that I followed my intuition and not did things just because they told me to, like inoculating my kids. Okay, we were told that we need to get our kids shots in order for them to go to school. Well, about time I had my second child, I awakened to the fact that every time I got my child or my children inoculations, they would have runny noses, they would get colds, they would get sick. And I started to say, there's something to this. Then I worked at Eli Lilly at, a major pharmaceutical company, and I was over some of the vaccines. I was over some of the medicines, and I'm like, hell no. No more vaccinations for my kids, because what they put in this stuff is not even fit for human consumption. Formaldehyde, one, to keep it preserved, that causes cancer. Okay, monkey brain stems, chicken brain stems, blood of monkey. I mean, these are the things that are in vaccinations that you don't know about. Even some of your flu shots that most people run to and get each year. Okay, so be careful. Just because you're told something doesn't mean that you have to do it. And I advise you not to. I advise you to research. Good for you. I'm so happy, Nature Girl, that you did your releasing of the old patterns. Yes, I see that. There was 8, there was 9, and I also seen 10 people as well. You guys, for those of you that are on here, please smash that like button, because of the algorithms here on YouTube. It helps it to get out to those that need to um, see the message, those that are on the same vibrational frequency. Yes, it is definitely, definitely in our occult teachings. And that's what we need to go back to, you guys. We are our ancestors. We are the gods. We are the deities that we read about. We put it in books so when we came back on this timeline, we can remember who we are. And you have to know that. And the powers that be, they have been doing high occult magic on us since the very beginning. Just like with our astrology, a lot of us don't even know our true astrology signs because they changed the numbers. Okay, they changed the numbers, and it was originally 13 months, 13 signs. Apophis is the 13th sign, and then there was originally 9 days of the week in ancient Kemet in Egypt. Research this stuff, you guys, and now we only have 7 days. They do this to throw us off. They do this so we don't know our power. Okay? Yes, definitely, the shaman Mike. Hi, baby doll. Yes, 9 is completion. Absolutely. I love you guys. You guys are just like on it with me. All right, so let's go ahead and get one more bonus card, and then I'm about to go ahead and go back to sleep. I got a journey ahead of me. All right, so we got the 7 of Wands. This is about standing up for yourself. In 2021, that's the lesson. Stand up for yourself. Don't go along with the okey doke. Don't stop living your life and social distancing from your family. That is weird as fuck. Okay? I don't social distance when it comes to my family. When we get together, we get together. When we party, we party. When we do whatever we have to do, we do whatever we have to do. And no one so far, thanks to the higher power, have been sick. And I feel sorry for those of you that have lost those that have been in your family that have died due to complications of COVID. Okay? I do sympathize with you. My heart goes out to you. And I do believe that they agreed to go out on this timeline so they can help you on the other side. Okay? There's no death, there's only a rebirth. That's what I feel. And that's why I know that even if they have been diagnosed with dying from COVID, that is the day that they chose to die and how they chose to go out. All of us have an expiration date. We all get a chance to choose when we're going to leave, and we all get a chance to choose how we're going to leave. Oh, I'm so happy. Tasha, I'm so happy. Yes. Aries is definitely the rebel and the daredevil of the zodiac sign. So that is so true. All right, you guys, that was the last message. Stand in your power, stand in your autonomy. And that is what's coming next for 2021. I love you all. And thank you, my husband, for joining my live. That was so fun. I love you, baby. All right, you guys, thank you for your donations. Thank you for your love and support. Please click that replay button if you missed the beginning so you can hear everything far as the forecast for 2021. It was a short forecast, but nonetheless, um, little is a lot. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit right now. A little is a lot. All right? Okay. Thank you all. Love you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peaceful rejuvenations for everyone through the night. God bless.